Oh. Okay. Oh. Crap. Too many things. What is going on? What is this code for? There. Alrighty. Go to notes. Okay, guys, so if you could let me know if you can hear this. I don't think anybody's here yet, but when you arrive, it's been a while and my notes aren't very clear in terms of which of these I need to turn up in order for you guys to hear me, whether it's mic or Blue Yeti. Right now I have mic and it looks like there's sound on my end, but I have it on mute, so I can't quite tell. And I think I need to leave it on mute or it reverberates and sounds horrible. So let me know if you can hear me when you get here. I don't know who's watching right now. We have 2 watching, but I think those are both me. So, oh, hang on. Irit is here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Irit? It's dinner time, so I can't stick around, but so happy to see you scrapping again. Aw, thank you, Irit. Yeah, can you hear me? So, I'm going to try something. How is this? Can you hear me now? It doesn't look like it. So, yeah, I think I know what I need to do. Can you? Oh, yay. Okay, good, good. Hi, Mo. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are here. Can you see me? I haven't really done my full check that I usually do, so I'm kind of winging it. Does it look okay? Of course, if I look forward, I can't see. I think I'm centered. Anyhow, it doesn't really... Oh, wait a second. There's just a little bit of a delay, but I can see. All right, so hello. I'm trying something a little bit different this time. I'm glad that you can see me. I'm glad that you can hear me. That's awesome. I'm trying something a little bit different this time. As you can see, there is a very narrow, there's a very narrow little black border underneath of me, and that's where the chat usually goes. I'm not putting the chat up this time because it sounded to me like many people were having trouble reading it anyways. So anyhow, we'll try it without. And the last time I did a live stream, it looked to me like there's some possibility that YouTube will show you the live chat after the fact. And so I don't know how that works, but I guess we'll see. This one might not have a chat, so sorry about that. If you're watching live, of course there's a chat. Make sure that you head on over to the YouTube website or the app so that you can chat along and say hello. And I hope that you guys can join me today for a little while at least. I know Irit has to leave pretty soon, but I'm so glad that you stopped by, Irit. It's always so nice to see you. And I am so happy to be scrapping today. It's going to be fun. So I'm going to be doing this photo. I'm going to be scrapbooking this photo, which is the one that I was kind of trying to decide between scrapping this one or this one last time. And I ended up obviously going with this one. And so now I'm going to do the other one. All right, Mo's here for 45 to 60 minutes. What are you going to work on, Mo? It's so nice to see you. I feel like we haven't chatted in a long time. I've been very MIA, kind of like doing my own thing and trying to do this kind of thing whenever I can, but feeling kind of disconnected. So I hope that, ooh, there's somebody going down the stairs. Yeah, so sorry, I hope you didn't hear that. It sounded like elephants rumbling overhead, but it's not. It's just my daughter and her friend. So anyhow, I'm hoping that, you know, things will settle down and I'll have a better sense of how much time I'm going to have for this kind of thing. And what my goal is, and I might need somebody to remind me, but my goal is this time that when I end this live stream, I will make plans for the next one. And they'll probably be tentative plans, but it's nice to at least just have a sense of when the next one is coming up. Okay. So Mo's going to be working on a Polaroid album, trying to finish that one before the end of the month. You went 12 years ago. Okay, so that's a good a good goal to get that done. I can't wait to see it. And Irit wants to know if this is a jelly print, and yes, it is. So I pulled out a couple of jelly prints for my last video, which was this one, which is up on my Patreon. I think I might have forgotten to make this one live yet, so I'll have to make it live today for the rest of the world. But I just kind of pulled out some backgrounds because I was scrapping with the Potpourri collection last time. I think this was Monday maybe? Or maybe last Thursday, I don't remember exactly when. But I was scrapping with Potpourri, and of course that is a 8x8 collection, and so I just went into my stash. I have a bunch of jelly printed and various mixed media backgrounds, and so I decided to pull out some ones that I thought might go with the photos I was scrapping, and that one ended up on that one. And I'm really leaning towards this one right here for this. I like these colors with this photo, and this was originally printed in black and white, and then I switched it over to color, and now I can't find the black and white one. I feel like I almost might rather black and white, but anyhow, I can't find it, so I'm gonna use the colored one. And I don't really care for this with this photo, so I think it's just too much brownie ready stuff. So I think that I like the hint of red right here, but I think this is a little bit too much, so I'm not going to use this one. There we go. So who all is here? We've got, let's see, what's everybody saying? Arit says, I was there 21 years. Wait a second. I missed something, didn't I? Poland album. I thought you said Polaroid album, didn't I? Did I say Polaroid album? So I have this problem. So Mo's working on a Poland album, not a Polaroid album. Although maybe there's Polaroids in it, I don't know. I can't see very well, so I had like a problem with my eye, and I'm going to the eye doctor tomorrow to try to get it figured out. So in the meantime, I'm gonna have trouble viewing this chat. So Helen's here. Hello, Helen. And Irit is saying that she was there 21 years ago. Helen, hi, I'm here for a little while. Going out dancing soon. That's awesome, Helen. Do you have blue suede shoes on, Helen? I hope she does. I know, Polaroid. Funnily enough, my shoes for tonight are blue suede wedges. That's awesome, Helen. You're the best. Okay, I have an idea of what I want to do with this for once in my life. So I am going to grab my... Oh, no, your screen, there's nothing wrong with your connection. I froze there because in my mind, I thought I might want to stitch some white circles around this. But as I grabbed for my sewing machine, not only is my white sewing machine not threaded and I'd have to find a bobbin and white thread, but I'm actually thinking maybe I might want to use black thread on this. I'm going to use black thread on this. So it would have been easy enough to thread it, but I already have black right here, so let's do that. Excuse me for a moment. Need to get my cords. I love scrapbooking. You know what, you guys? Like, the less I scrapbook, the more I love it. So, I mean, I always did love it, but I'm really, really appreciating every moment I get at my scrap table these days. I'm not going to be able to see you guys for a few minutes. Just lots of woohoos and hey there's. Hey! Met is here. I might be saying your name wrong. I think we went over this last time. I'm sorry if I am. All right, we're just gonna wing it. Oh boy, we're winging it. this big, giant, black threaded spiral, I guess? My initial plan was that it was going to be a white threaded spiral. But I don't know, I just... And as you can see, I'm doing it fairly tight, which wasn't my original plan either, but I guess we're going with it. It's pretty wobbly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it becomes easier to do it smooth as we go further out, right? Because the line is bigger. I mean, like, it's not as tight, is I guess what I mean. So you can kind of do a gradual curve. Kind of reminds me of one of those spirals that's going to mesmerize you and put you to sleep in a deep hypnotic trance. Actually, I'm trained in hypnosis. I don't use it though. I trained a long time ago and I probably couldn't do it anymore, even if I tried. So yeah, look at your screen. Your eyelids are getting heavier. Anybody falling asleep yet? Okay, I know this isn't the most riveting live stream material in the world, but let me just get this over with. And then we can go back to talking without a giant motor running. So when you're doing curved lines on your machine, you just always want to be kind of like tilting the paper so that it never goes straight. I mean, you'll see that I'm messing up and sometimes it is going straight, but the idea to get the best, most natural looking curve, you just want to always be turning the paper so that it stays nice and smooth. And of course, it doesn't really have to be smooth because the inside curves aren't smooth, so you know, it kind of looks good if there are variations all throughout my curves. So sometimes they go smooth and sometimes they go a little wonky. That's okay. Wonky never really bothered me. In fact, I quite like wonky. I don't even know if you guys can hear me over the sewing machine. Let me know if you can, so that I can, you know, in the future, if you guys can't hear me while I'm doing this, I could always sew beforehand or sew afterwards. I couldn't sew afterwards in this case, but let me know. I can't sew and look at that at the same time, so I'll have to check in a minute. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to sew and look at the same time, but then I'm going to go off the sheet. Now, where shall I end it? Maybe right here. No. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Well, no, I'm going to keep going. Let's just go once all the way around the edge. Trying to stay reasonably on the border. meeting up with our border edge right around here. Okay. Alrighty. So that took actually longer than I thought, so sorry guys. I might not have chosen to do that on this particular layout if I knew it was going to take up that much time of our precious live stream time that we have together. What did I miss? What did I miss? Somebody's jealous of Helen, maybe because she's going dancing. Oh, she's going to a retreat with Shamel. Lucky duck. So met her at Creativation, and so excited. I wish you were all going with me. I wish too, Helen. That would be awesome. It's kind of soothing rhythm, at least. Can you hear? Could you hear what I was saying? I was kind of asking. I'm guessing not. Oh, okay. So Mo could hear. Okay, that's good. Okay, and Helen could hear me all the way in England, so then we're good. And Harmony's here. Woohoo! She didn't miss it. That's excellent. Nice to see all you guys. It feels like old times, doesn't it? I totally miss doing this. And when was the last time that I did one? Did we miss one? Because I know that I was saying I'd be doing it every other month, at least, trying, you know, doing every month when I could. I don't know if I missed one or not. It feels like I missed one. So yeah, I'm trying to do them every other month. Now, how are we going to orient this? Because I'm kind of mindful of this red edge right here, this little red crescent. Yeah. I love these little blobs of gold. And if you guys want to see how I made this jelly printed background, you can check out the video that I linked in my last one. I'll grab the link and link it somewhere in this one as well. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Turn on my other video camera so that I could record a process video as well for the people who can't join us today. Let's slip in a little memory card. Oh, you guys, precious, precious time is ticking away, but I have to empty this memory card. There we go. Sorry, I'll sit down in a second. Probably not my best angle. There we go. Oh, we literally just started at around 1:30. I don't know if I started early or... I know I logged on early, but it took me a while to set everything up, so yeah, I don't think you missed too much. All that I did was pull up my sewing machine and put this spiral on it in black ink. So there, my camera is ready. And let's get started. Okay. So as you guys know, I have this other photo which has lots and lots of browns. There's a pop of yellow right there in the lemon. And because it has lots of browns, I initially printed it up in gray, like in black and white. I cannot find that black and white one, but I want to use more of this potpourri collection, and I'm having like a traumatic flashback of gluing sequins onto a circular layout while live streaming with you guys. Does anybody remember that? Raise your hand if you remember gluing sequins on and what I said, because I think I said, I will never again do this. And here I am. Here I am with sequins in my hand and a round layout, and I'm thinking these might look nice in lines every here and there on the spiral. Oh, jeez. Oh, goodness. Didn't I say I'd never do that again? In fact, I think I threatened to send my sequins to one of you so that I wouldn't do it again. It's too late. Here I am, and I'm contemplating it. I don't know, you guys. I might do it. The tiny red sequins. Harmony remembers it. March was my last live stream. Oh, so that was a while ago. That must have been before my trip to Cuba. I'm sorry, you guys. So I missed all of April, and here we are. I'm just hitting it in May. Okay, so I love doing this so much that I have to make an effort to do it more often. I like how, okay, so you guys can't see that because it's off screen, but as you guys know, I love this vellum. I used it on the last page, and I think it'll work really nicely on this page too. Look at those colors together. They look lovely, don't they? So I'm pulling that out. And I don't know, am I going to make these 2 pages kind of like, they're not really part of the same story or anything, but they are kind of like coordinating. That one is the story of one daughter. This is the story of another daughter. And so I could repeat some of the same elements, like use this paper on this one as well, if I wanted to do something like that. I also really like this, and I feel like I could pull in the last page, I was specifically staying away from some of the purple tones, but I feel like in this one I could pull in some of the purple tones, and the reason is that if you see the cushion, it's very, very dark, but there are some purple tones in the cushion in the background, and so I feel like some of the colors that I shied away from on the other layout might actually work quite well on this one. So like, you know, these purples here. Okay. So glad that so many of you guys could make it. And for those of you who aren't here right now, but watching in the future, so glad that you could make it too. So now this one is about, look, don't these 2 look cool together? Look at that. I think those 2 look pretty cool together. Look at that. Very funky. I mean, I don't think I can use them today, but that's kind of cool. I'm going to make a mental note to maybe try to use those together. I forget what I was saying now. More pretty vellum in some of the same patterns I already have pulled out. So, okay, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of acetate, so I'm just going to put that aside. Oh, right, then that. Okay, so I'm going to put the papers aside. I pulled out a few different things here. Some vellums. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want the toadstools. So I've got some vellums and some paper versions of some of the same papers or patterns. Whew. So what are you guys working on? Is anybody scrapping along with me today? I know some of you are just in for a few minutes and then you're popping out again, but I'd love to hear. I feel like emojis might be a good thing to use on this particular page because this daughter adores emojis. She's constantly using them and sending them, so I'm gonna kind of put that there. I don't know which neutral I'll use. I guess probably black because I've already put black stitching on this, so I'm going to move those over there. And now I'm thinking about what story I want to tell with this photo. So this is a photo of, as you can see, it's sort of like an artsy photo where the focus is on the stein of, this is Pepsi, and my daughter, you can see her quite clearly, but she is out of focus. And so this was us having a steak dinner before her string night at the Forum, which is an annual event that the girls have been participating in. My older daughter stopped doing the cello this year, but this daughter's still doing it. And it's like a huge event. There were 1,152 strings students in the one room, filling the room with music. It brings goosebumps to your skin. Like, it's so amazing. It really is very, very amazing. So because it's a school related event, I feel like some of these die cuts could work, and she actually did take the bus to it in the daytime for her rehearsal, and so I'll have a look at some of these ones. What's on these? I've got a school bus, a blackboard, an apple, like hopscotch, best teacher, back to school friends, last day of summer, hello BFF. Oh, lots of people are saying things and I'm missing it all. Okay. Oh, Helen, you know what? Helen is worried about her retreat in case no one talks to her, like when Tracy went to her crop. So that was like a very, very small crop with, you know, probably only like less than 20 people, maybe like 15 or 10 people even. And I think it was just in a very small little store where everybody knew each other. I think in a large scale event like something that Shamel would be going to, it's probably very big, which might in some ways be a little bit more intimidating. But I think the more people are there, the more chances there are that you'll be able to connect with someone who is of like mind. And also, I think that, you know, it's people are friendlier usually. I think that I just kind of, maybe I hit those people on a bad day, or I don't know. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm doing. Then Harmony, I have one piece of acetate. It's orange polka dot, so I totally dig it, but it just sits on my drawer. I enjoy looking at it from time to time. I haven't scrapped at all in May. Being a florist, I've been wicked busy. I'm behind on my 52 favorites project. And somebody named Maul85. Hi, I made it. Hello. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. I don't think you've been to one of our live streams before, so welcome. Happy to see you work with the collection of my friend MercyTiara. Oh, yay! I love this collection, and I love MercyTiara's work. I should be making dinner, but I cannot watch. Oh no! Matt, go run and grab yourself some food and then come back. Don't starve. Helen, if people don't talk to you, they're missing out on a fabulous gal. I think so too. I think so too. It's your first time here. Well, welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to join us. That's awesome. So I am trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. As I mentioned, I might use some school-related embellishments from this pack. And what else have I got? I need to start thinking title. So we've got these letter stickers here, a whole bunch of them. We've got them in yellow. I've got all these like sheets too, so I know I've got a purple one here somewhere. Got them in pink, yellow, blue, green, orange, and I know there's a purple. There's the purple. So those are all my letter options, and I think I do want to put my title in that. Let's think about those sequins. Oh, I also really like this one, the Family Time set of die cuts. Let me see if I can find that somewhere here. I kind of got I have my, all of my embellishments are a little bit messed and scattered everywhere. There's just so many things for this collection. All kinds of cards, like 4x6 cards. These are the ones. These are the ones that I might be able to use. And some more speech bubbles to kind of, if I put speech bubbles on this one and on the other one, it will really kind of help that kind of make them look like they coordinate. Like it's not, I'm not trying to do a two-pager or anything like that. I'm more thinking that they might just coordinate with one another. Okay. Pizza is the best. Yes. Thank you, Tracy. I feel better now. There's a private Facebook group for the retreat with challenges and stuff. Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds like a really good idea. I like that idea of having like a private Facebook group leading up to an event like that, so you can get kind of all psyched up and work on things and get to know each other a little bit more. That's wonderful. And also, I always like that sort of thing because you can start putting a name to the face, because that's one of the things that makes me feel a little bit more shy, is when I don't quite know people's names. So a Facebook group would help with that too. I know not everybody has their pictures on their profile, but lots of people do. I am going to mat this photo in black. So these two pages, even though I'm thinking they'll probably go beside each other, they're going to be quite different. Like they're not going to have the same vibe at all. And as I say that, I almost think that maybe I should try to challenge myself to see how much I can make these look like they'll look okay side by side, and like clearly I'm using the same collection, but let's just see if I can get a different look, like a different feeling page than this one. So some of the things I did with this one is I didn't put any black on it, so it has a real soft feeling to it. And I stayed away from the purple, so I'm thinking let's put some black and some contrast on the new one. That'll make it different than this. And let's, instead of focusing on the red, even though there is some red in the crescent on my circle, let's focus on bringing some purple into this one. I'm going to put this one just for inspiration. I'm going to lay it right over there where you guys probably can't see it, but I can. Hello, Evie. Thank you for tagging me. You guys, if you want my attention, please tag me. As I mentioned, my vision is not really great right now. I should grab my little reader glasses so that I can actually see more. Anyhow, I will try to be able to read your chat. So welcome, Evie. I'm so glad that you could join us. And Lynette is here. Oh, pineapple pizza is delicious. I don't know how I didn't see Lynette come in. Welcome, Lynette. I love pineapple on pizza too. I think it's common in Canada for us to order pineapple on pizza. So what? Who? Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. That's what Harmony said. And Mo agrees. She loves pizza and she loves pineapple, but never the two shall mix. You guys are awesome. Harmony is anti-pineapple. Anti-pineapple in general or anti-pineapple on pizza? So Mo, you're in Canada and you don't like pineapple on your pizza. Oh my goodness. Okay. We've got some awesome things to work with here. Let's put together a cute little page. Lickety split. Let's see how quickly we can do this. I do have to leave by 3:30 at the very latest today. Okay. I do like pineapple on pizza. I like it very much. We'll have to do a poll or something to see who loves pineapple on pizza and who hates it or dislikes it or who hasn't tried it. See what I did there? See what I did there? So I made your screen a little bit bigger this time because I didn't put the chat over on the side, but I decided to kind of leave the pretty little studio on there because I've always wanted to leave a logo on there when I was scrapbooking my scrap room because I thought, you know, pretty little studio, this is my scrap studio. Sometimes people call it a studio. So I've always wanted to use, I really love the, just the way it's written out, and even though it's not really relevant here, I just like it. So I'm not tearing it off quite yet. I probably will tear it off because I don't want it to be distracting and people to say, what pretty little studio? Were you at a studio? I just like it, so I'm leaving it there for now. So I have the paper version of this. I'm having an idea formulate. Let me just percolate on that. I don't even want to say it out loud because it's a funny idea. So let me just let it formulate before I share it. Okay. Oh no! Can other people hear me? It sounds like Lynette can't hear me. So, if you lose your part of your connection, but you can still see me, try reloading your page. Is there any way that could somebody just leave that in the chat, because it looks like Lynette can see us but not hear us. So if we ask Lynette to just reload her page, she might be able to hear me. 3 cheese pizza. Yum, that sounds delicious. So it sounds like Lynette is the only one having trouble hearing me. So hopefully she'll try to reload her page. All right. Let's take our scrap of note paper. Note paper. And let's cut this off. I think I'm going to have to get rid of that Pretty Little Studio. Let's leave it there for now. Let's get rid of the manufacturer's strip on this. Lynette thinks it's her computer. Nothing on Tracy's end. Okay, that's good. That's good. Try reloading. Thank you, Mo. Thanks for letting her know. I don't have a keyboard here in front of me, so okay, let's see. What are we going to do here? So last time I used this. I really like this border punch. It's one of my favorites, and I kind of forgot about it for a while there. So used it on the last page. Gonna use it on this page too. And I think it looks really cool with this particular pattern paper that looks like a notebook anyways. I also mentioned last time I do save these cute little offcuts, because I don't save them forever or anything, but I'll just leave it on my desk while I'm composing the rest of this page, and I might pull that in and incorporate it as an element. There we go. Okay. There we are. I don't want this to be too much the same as the last one, but I don't know. I have a little bit of liberty here. I can do what I want. It doesn't matter if it looks the same. I want to put some of these sprigs of leafy things in here, and especially I think I'd like to use the purple ones. Maybe this will be like a purple and yellow layout. Maybe those will be our dominant colors, purple and yellow. Complementary colors. Okay, so let's have a look at these little frames. This one has some purple on it. This one is all yellow. This one has a lot of purple on it. I like this one a little bit better. Although this one is more of a purple and this is more of a pinky purple. I feel like this one kind of looks better with the page because there's this little bit of red and then there's that red right there. So I'm going to keep that out in case I change my mind, but I think I'm decided on that. Purple and yellow. Purple and yellow. I love that color combination. So let's see where we go with it. So last time I put my journaling, let's see if we can kind of like purposely pull some similar elements and also purposely pull some different elements from this one. So we've got the jelly plated background. This time it's square, this time it's circle. We've got, obviously I'm using the same collection, but I'm kind of mixing it up by adding some dark stitching, a black border instead of the soft craft border. Here I put my title on these labels. So why don't I put my title on labels this time? I also did journaling in the frame. Maybe I'll do that too. Like I'll kind of repeat some elements and then mix up other elements. So let's see if we've got any purple labels and yellow labels that we can put a title on. I don't even know what my title will be. what was my Instagram caption for that. I think it was something about taking my cellist out. Oh, somebody texted me. Okay. So we are thinking about hiring a cleaning lady or a cleaning service. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lady, of course. So I've got a bunch of people texting me because I asked for people's opinions. So some of my friends have texted me about that. So I'll just ignore those for now. Taking my cellist out for steak-ish before string night at the Forum. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. I don't need to leave it up like that. It'll turn off in a second anyways. Yes, so let's see. Because sometimes, you know, it's okay to just throw some money at a problem, right? Like, we don't have a ton of money, but we also really don't have a ton of time. And I'm finding that more and more often we are like scrambling to get the cleaning done or not getting the cleaning done at all and then feeling badly about it. And so, yeah, I don't think that we've had a cleaning service before in the past and found it very, very helpful. And so I think we're going to give it a try again. And just, you know, see if it's worth it. It's a lot. Like, it'll be harder for us to swing it this time than it was when we had it before. But I think that you kind of have to prioritize your spending. And I think if I, you know, cut my Starbucks habit a little bit and, you know, that sort of thing, I might be able to we might be able to make it work. Okay. So Harmony loved my reaction when I found the latte flair. I don't think I have any steak flair, so I am gonna go check that other flair though before I go too far on this page. It'd be a heck of a commute though. Oh, Harmony. Watching and listening on my iPad and chatting via a cruddy laptop. You do what you gotta do. Yes, cleaning ladies are a blessing. Do you have cow flair? Oh, Harmony. I like how you think. I don't think I do have a cow flair. But I'm just going to double check my... So this is the other collection that I have. It's called Here Comes the Sun by Pretty Little Studio. Same designer. And I'm not going to go all through this, but because the flare is particularly beautiful in this collection, I'm just going to make sure that there's nothing in here that I want to use. Last time I was pretty much done designing by the time I realized I have a flare that works. So let's check at the outset this time. Okay, so nothing is really kind of jumping out at me, although I love this one. I almost used that one last time, so I'll make a mental note of it and then put it back. Okay. Okay, so, is it Maui? Maui? Okay, I can't pronounce your name. Please let me know how I can pronounce that name. But she's saying that I could do more videos and courses and stuff and sell them to pay for the cleaning lady. That would work, I suppose. But then that wouldn't help my time crunch problem. But yes, more videos are definitely in the future. So no worries about that. Let me see what I'm doing here. So grabbing some of these speech bubbles. Some of the ones that I stayed away from before, I can pull out this time. I stayed away from them because they had purple, and this time we're trying for purple, so that will be okay. So I've got a lot of contenders here. Not a lot of ideas, but lots of partially formed ideas. So now what was I thinking about this again? I can't remember. Yeah, okay, so one idea that I had, oh, it's Marie. Okay. Much easier to say. It's an old, oh, okay, it's an old nickname. All right, thank you for that. Did anyone else have Rain Man flashes while Tracy was repeating definitely? Yep, I was. Okay. Let's move these things over. So the other thing that I was thinking about doing is actually cutting out this circle and putting it on another background. That would do two things. First of all, it kind of takes away from the whole fact that what I did with this page was I masked it off so that I could jelly print and have it contained with a nice neat frame around it. It takes away from that. But I think that that would give me more options, and well, obviously it will give me more options in terms of what kind of a bigger background I might put this on. So it's very possible that I might end up cutting this out and putting it on another background paper. So that's kind of, I'm thinking about that. If I do cut that out and put it on a different background paper, I'm thinking I might incorporate some of this piece of paper into that background, and I'll tell you how if I do it. And if I don't, I'll save it for another time, because I've been wanting to do this. This is a technique that I used to do a long time ago, and I haven't done it for a while. So we'll see. We'll see what we do with that. So I do want to kind of mix this up a little bit. Like I don't want to necessarily have it be exactly the same as that one, which kind of, so this one kind of title, photo, journaling kind of goes like that. I kind of want to mix it up maybe a little bit. So maybe like, you know, journaling, photo, title, or something like that. That looks kind of nice. I like that. I could pull in another, like a couple there. I like that repetition. If I had that black and white photo, I could kind of layer it here as well, but I don't, so I don't really want to print one up again. I don't know where that went. Okay, so, and then I could do like title, like that maybe? I don't know, something like that. Looks a little bit different than the other one, but still some repetition. So I really like how all this like white, vibrant stuff looks on this kind of murkier background. Like this has much warmer tones in it. And it has that kind of real messy, dark, autumnal kind of color tone, which is in the photo. And then all of this other stuff just kind of like pops up because it's so different from this and that. So it kind of gives you this intermediate layer. You've got murky, autumnal here, bright, cheerful, and then murky, autumnal here. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. That's where my mind is going right now. This gives me a chance to showcase some of these pretty little leaves. Not that exact one. And I also have these leaves in a smaller version in the stickers. I could put one kind of like over this way too. I like that. That's pretty nice. Okay. Okay, I'm like staring off into space here. I'm not doing a good job of Staying on track here. Okay, so taking my cellist out for steak, and I say ish because it's like not a very good steak place. It's kind of well known for having cheap steak, but yummy steak. They marinate it for a really, really long time. So it's very, very tasty. Steak night before string night at the Forum. Okay. So what could I say about this other than, I mean, I could just put my caption on there. Let's see. Your hair looks fab. My hair today? Oh, thank you. I didn't really do it. I can see when I look sideways that I've got this big, like, part place right here that isn't just, thank you. That's very kind of you. I didn't do my hair today. I just woke up like this. So that's nice to hear. I'm going to take off the pretty little studio because it's kind of like, what? I am going to leave that on there one of these days, though. One of these days. There. So I like that too, right? Like kind of like this L-shaped idea here. Oh, Harmony, I love your hair. Okay. Let's see. Have a love-hate relationship with your hair. Yes, I think that's pretty common. I really like this. I'm gonna actually take a picture of it because I have to deconstruct it in order to figure out what I'm actually gonna do with this. Okay, so I've got it captured. I gotta think, okay, let's just do one thing at a time. Let's figure out a title. Title. Up to 3 words for a title. Somebody's calling me. But Scott's upstairs, so I'm just kind of waiting to see if Scott's gonna intervene. Yeah, I think he is. Okay, so title. Steakenstein. That's kind of a silly title. What else could we do here? Taking my cellist out for steak before string night at the Forum. What? No, I'm just streaming though.
Because we want to.
Sophie asked you not to interrupt.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that right now because I'm just doing this until 3:30. So at 3:30, then I'll be able to. Okay. All right. Alrighty. She wants some help with getting her doll's wig back on, but that will be a bit of a job for me to do. So I'll do that afterwards. All right. What was I thinking again? Title. I really ought to like think these titles up before I'm live streaming because it's kind of like a lot of pressure here. Any ideas from you guys? I'm thinking string night steaks. I don't know. String night tradition. I don't know. String night, cellist, and steaks. That's what I want to kind of like say here. Any one of those things. Or a combination of them. Let's see. I could put like Steakenstein. on string night. Steakenstein on string night. I don't know. That's kind of like alliteration there a little bit. String night at the Forum. I know I already made one. Cello, steak, and beverage. Thank you. Harmony. I'm using it. Big steak, big glass, big night. Harmony, you're full of ideas. Thank you. I don't know why I looked at my microphone when I said that. Cello, steak, and beverage. Big night, big steak, big glass, big night. Love it. That's the one I'm using. And it's 3. Okay. Big steak, big glass, big night. Thank you. Thank you. That was a painful moment of me just sitting there like bumbling around. What is it again? I'm going to forget it. Big steak, big glass, big night. Okay, so let's zoom up this guy anyways. I know I can't zoom you guys in, but I'll zoom in the process video camera. So when I'm live streaming, you guys get to see the funny things I do with my lips when I pull stickers off the sheet. I don't think steak is going to fit there. It might. I might have to scooch everything over. I think I spaced things out a little bit too much. Let's work backwards from the K. E-A-K. Big meal. Big steak. I like big steak. I'm going to go with big steak. And if I overlap them a little bit, which still looks kind of cool, I'll be able to fit them all. Is it S-T-E-A? It must be. It just looks funny when you've only halfway done it from the back. Yeah, it's definitely S-T-E-A-K. T, lowercase t. I love that these letter stickers have upper and lowercase. Love that. I think this will be okay once I put big all scooched together too. All right. What are we doing here? Harmony knows her steak, knows her meat, she said. Oh, God. Okay. Big steak. I know I am a meat lover, and having a vegetarian daughter, she was, I forget where she was, but she didn't go to string night with us. She was doing something social instead. Oops, that's a little wonky. A little bit too wonky. I know I already professed my love of the wonkiness. Yeah, so Liv wasn't there, so we didn't feel quite so bad about going to Steakenstein. We have gone to Steakenstein with Liv because they have like a big menu. They've got like lots and lots of things. And she's pescatarian. Not veg. She says vegetarian because it's just simpler. People don't know what pescatarian is. So she does eat fish, and they have a lot of fish at this particular restaurant. This is horrible. What a nightmare. Okay. I mangled that B sticker, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Stick it to the side of my desk for now, and I'll take care of it later and replace it with another uppercase B. Big steak. All right, what was that? Big steak, big glass, big night. Are we going to do this one in pink? I think we are. Big, G-L-A-S-S, same size, very good. Am I going to be in trouble when I get to night? N-I-G-H-T. Woo, good. Perfect. Perfect title. I love it. It works well physically as well as storytelling wise. Except I definitely have to layer the B on top of the I. I learned that in the last one, but I don't know why I didn't carry forward that knowledge. For whatever reason, I didn't. So because the B is bigger, it fills up more of the letter tile. And so there we go, like that. Big steak. Big. You know I'm going to end up with ass on this, right? I am. So there. There you go. This might be the first swear word on one of my pages. I think I have a swear word in one of my project life. Don't worry, I'll put an L and then that'll fix it. Makes it PG. There we go. Big steak, big glass. Harmony's grinning. Oh, Lynette has ribeyes laid out for supper tonight. Yay! Home raised. That is cool. That's awesome. So what does that mean, home raised? That means that you raised the cow? Do you have a farm? That is awesome. Big steak, big glass, big night. So I'll take the I and the B, and I'll put the B over the I this time. And then let's work backwards for the word night. I know you guys. Oh, Alice! Hello! Welcome! I'm so glad you're here. Hello, welcome. I'm working backwards. I know that sticking letter stickers on is not the most interesting part of a layout, but it has to be done. Okay. Wait, I doesn't come right before T. Hello. GHT. And then a G. And then an I. Actually, let's stick the G to the I. Just so that we can layer those better. And then a capital N. Big night. Big steak, big glass, big night. I love it. Thank you so much for the title idea, Harmony. You are a lifesaver. So Mo has to run. Thank you so much for coming over, Mo, and dropping by and saying hello. We'll catch it on the replay. Thanks so much for coming along. And Lynette, yes, we live on a crop cattle farm and never ever eat any beef but our own. Well, except for cheeseburgers. Kind of spoiled. Oh, that sounds wonderful. What a great, that sounds like a wonderful life. Love the idea of eating food that you grow yourself. That's awesome. Those letter stickers are fabulous. I probably need them. Yes, Harmony, you do need them. Definitely. Lynette, I want to come over for dinner. Yes, that's what Harmony says. So bye, Moira, from Evie, and Lynette chuckles and says, I'll take a pic of them on the grill and post it tonight for you. That's awesome. Yes, if I ever need a title, I will definitely hit up Harmony, because this is not the first time that Harmony has helped me with a title, so thank you. Okay. Alice is staying snug in bed watching and feeling the effects of Tropical Storm Alberto. I haven't heard about Alberto. Where is he? What part of the world are you? Yeah, so we're all drooling about Lynette's ribeye steaks, so that's a thing. And let's just start putting some of this together. I'm going to adhere this frame to this, and then this frame to that frame. And then we're going to stick, where was this one? I'm mixed up already. I know that this one was there. There. I almost feel like I need another yellow one. Maybe a little yellow one right there. No. That's too much. What I liked about this one, wherever it was, I can't remember now, but I have a picture, so that's good. I can't remember where it was, but what I liked about it was that it gave me a contrast with this background here. So where was it? Okay, it was kind of where it is now. Oops. Yep, it looks like it was kind of like stuck in here like that. So that's what I'll do with that. And it's too straight up and down. Let's move it a little bit sideways, a little bit at an angle. And so that provides a little bit of softness around these harsh corners here and here. You know, whenever you've got like these three squared shapes layered with each other, I like to kind of figure out how to soften that up a little bit whenever possible. And speaking of softening, nothing softens a page like beautiful printed vellum. So gorgeous. Okay, so I asked a question and then I didn't watch for the answer, so I'll come back in a second and hear about Alberto. And I do want to carry up this vellum. I don't necessarily want it to like overlap with the vellum that's already there. So I'm actually going to just piece it together and hope that nobody notices. The Gulf of Mexico. Harmony's going to send me a bill for her title consultation. That's okay. It's worth it. I have enjoyed many a Harmony-inspired title, so if you want to bill me, that's all right. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm going to piece it together. It doesn't look 100% natural if you look too close, but who's going to be looking all that closely at it? I hope not many. There we go. And now, what do I need to do here? Figure out how these two will go. Put a bit of adhesive right there. So obviously the print isn't lining up here. I don't think it really matters all that much. If I'm really concerned about it, all that I'll do is I'll just like make sure that something lands there, like some embellishment or something ends up there. So that's kind of cute, isn't it? I like how this kind of pops it up with some white on this kind of, like I said, murky-ish type of background. I like that quite a lot. And now let's take out the scissors. I'm doing it. a part of me is saying, oh, but you used that mask. I went to all the trouble of making the mask and then using the mask in order to get this jelly printed circle. But I have the mask and I can use it again. And I mean, basically the reason I'm saying that is it's kind of like a waste of using the mask is because I could have just taken any jelly print, cut a circle out of it, did some stitching, then you're good to go, right? Like it didn't have to have this nice border on it. That's okay. That's all right. You never know what you're going to do with these things when you're creating them, so let's rough up these edges. Get them really rough. Oh, isn't that look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. Really going to town with this. Alrighty. We make a good team, Harmony. You do the titles and I'll throw them down on a page. Alright. Oh my goodness, look at the mess. This is good mess. It means you're getting good texture. Yes, Alice, I can show you that. Alice wants me to show her how to use the tiny attacher in the middle of the page. So as soon as I'm finished doing this, we will have a little break from scrapping to show Alice how to do that. There we go. We've come full circle. Oh, you guys, that's really cool. I'm glad I did that. That's going to look cool on whatever background I decide to put that on. Okay, so let's get some of the crud off my desk. Little paper fibers. I'll put them down there. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate stapling in the center of a page, but not on this because I love this paper. So let's do it on, grab a scrap. There we go. Just happen to have my tiny attacher right here. Let's make sure there's staples in it. Good. So I'm going to pause the overhead camera because the process people don't need to see this. So as you can see, the problem is that you can only reach so far. If I wanted to get a staple like right around here, for example, I couldn't get it there from any of these angles, right? I feel like a bad infomercial. Oh, are you tired of not being able to staple in the center of your page? Well, now you can. All that you have to do is take your tiny attacher, and I like to have a little piece of foam on hand. And then an optional tool that I use for this is gone. It's not in my stash. Let me grab it. Where are you? Okay, so I don't have my optional tool. I'm glad it's optional because I don't have it. Man, where did that go? Okay, it doesn't matter. It's optional. It doesn't matter. So, oh, here it is. I do have it. Oh my goodness. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to staple right in the center here. The way that we do it, because it won't reach, is we're going to, are you able to see that? Or should I do it this way? I'll do it this way so that you can see it on the bigger kind of video. So you just pull this all the way as if you're going to change the staples. So if you change the staples, you open it and do that. But what you do is you open it like this. So you're going to open the second piece, and then what do you do again? Then you go like this. so that you're holding it like this. I think. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. Then, because I don't want to staple into my nice, fairly expensive Martha Stewart craft mat, I'm going to put just any old piece of yucky foam. I just keep these on hand. They're just the foam inserts from packaging and stuff. And then you just press down like this. And there we go. I pressed a little bit too hard and it did tear the paper. So don't do that. Don't do what I just did. And you might want to try on a practice piece of paper. Usually I try to remind myself that I have to press a little less hard than I think I need to press. So if you're pressing, you know, to staple in a normal way, you got to press pretty hard. But with this, you really don't need, you don't need very much of a touch at all. Like, yeah, just a little tiny bit. So those last two worked out very well. Can you guys see that? So on the other side, they end up looking like you've got these legs sticking up now. So in order for me to get those down, that's what I use this tool for. So this is a We Are Memory Keepers piercer. It's a tool for putting down the legs of brads. And so you don't really need this, because what you could do is just use your thumbnail or a fingernail or something to just bend that in. See how I'm, hang on. Just kind of bend it and bend it and bend it. It's hard when I'm holding it up in the air instead of using the table to make it sturdy. But, you know, you just kind of keep on bending and bending until the staples are bent over and secure. And then you've got a little staple that you can't even tell was, you know, done by hand. Or the easier way is to just use this tool, which you just kind of, whoops, you do have to hold your staple up or it does tend to kind of move around a little bit. So this tool just makes that part a little bit easier. I don't even know if I'm doing a good job of showing this. Is this helpful? Alice, are you finding this helpful? Is anybody finding this helpful? Okay. So there we go. So my staples look a little bit beat up there. So I don't know why that is, because mine they don't usually do that. So let's try it again. I think it's just that I made the paper really, like when I stapled the first time too hard, it just made the paper all compromised. So it's a lot easier to do just one. So here I am just using my thumbnail to poke it in. And then I'll use my other thumbnail and ta-da! Very fast. Don't even need the second tool. Ta-da! Lickety split. Does that help? So Harmony, it doesn't know how helpful it was, but it was highly entertaining. Okay, so that's what matters. Yeah, so just to figure out the second opening, it's just you flip it up and then you open it up and then you flip it down like that. So, and it's easy to not know that because it doesn't seem like this opens. Like you do have to kind of pull it hard to get it to do that. So there you go. Perfect. Hi, Laura. Hello, welcome. I'm so glad that you could join us. I know you're teasing, Harmony. Hoping watching and chatting here will bring my mojo back. Oh, I hope so too. So what we did before you arrived is I sewed on this piece of jelly printed paper that was like this, and then I decided to cut it apart. And I also put together a few pieces of the potpourri collection to make this kind of L-shaped cluster, like that. This is going to go on there, and now I just have to figure out a background paper. And Harmony gave me this fabulous title, Big Steak, Big Glass, Big Night. I love that title. And I don't know where exactly I'm going to put it, but it's going to go somewhere over there. So that's where we're at so far. Okay, let me go to my stash and see what I'm going to come up with for a background paper. Okay, maybe I'll take you guys over with me. Whoops. Sorry, you guys, that's probably not very fun at all. Okay. So I'm just looking at those colors. They're not colors I usually use. They're kind of very warm and murky. I keep using the word murky. I don't know if you guys know what I mean when I say that. It's just kind of like orangey and autumny. The cat's trying to get in again. So, oh, it's got a chunk missing out of it. But I thought that that one might look kind of cool with it. Look at that. That's kind of cool. But it's got a chunk missing. Why do I do that to my papers? Like I didn't have a scrap that I could use that for? Do you guys ever do that? Take a piece out of a 12 by 12 paper when you only need like this much of it? Tracy, you should know better. Oh, wait. I have more of that same piece of paper. What are the chances? I guess pretty high. I've got a lot of paper. All right, good. I think we might go with this. What I really like about this paper that's appealing to me for the background is that... Do I like that? I think I do. Yeah, I think I like that. I'm just looking on the bigger screen there. Yeah, so what's appealing to me about this is that this is distressed like this. These pieces here are not distressed at all. Like they're very white and crisp and pretty looking. Okay. Oh yeah, so Chloe's little pads seem to be doing okay. Thank you for asking. She seems to be doing well. So, and I'll come back to her. Remind me to find my way back to her. So I like how this speaks with this. These two kind of coordinate quite nicely together. And then it also kind of picks up on the paper, like the note paper. I like it. I feel like it could be a little bit more white than it is. It's a little too creamy or dirty looking. Well, that can be fixed. So let's just, of course I forgot to turn back on my camera. So we've got this and this, and so this is an old basic gray ledger paper. I think it's from the Basic Gray Basics collection. And I want it to be a little bit more white than it is. So I'm not going to be able to see you guys when I put this paper up. Harmony, it is not hard. It is not hard at all to derail my train of thinking. I derail it. It gets derailed by nothing all the time. So let's grab some gesso. Gesso does a pretty good job of making something a little bit more white. So let's get something to scoop it out with. My little gesso scooper tool. Oh, you guys can't see me anymore. All right. I would forget my head if it wasn't attached. Seriously. I do all these little things so I don't forget things. Like when I sit down at the doctor's office, I loop my purse around my foot, like the strap of my purse, so that when I get up, I will trip over my purse. That's the only way that I won't leave my purse anywhere. I do all sorts of things. Like I put things in funny places so that so that it's impossible for me to forget them. And I still forget them sometimes. Oh, I'm terrible about stuff like that. Okay, so what I'm going for here is just a slightly whiter look. And it's really, you know, the center is not the part that I'm the most concerned about. It's actually the edges, because that's what you're going to see more of. That's the second time I said Seymour. I always think of the name Seymour when I say that. Suddenly Seymour. Okay, I'm not going to sing. Don't worry. I know I just did, but I won't anymore. Okay. It's funny how different things trigger your memory. My daughter was in that play. What is that play called? The one with Suddenly Seymour in it? Oh no! Stop! I'm supposed to be making this more white, not more black. What is that? Something on the card, maybe? Okay. Well, whatever it is, it's there now. Yeah, I'd also would really love for this part over here to be a little bit more subtle with this writing on it, the red writing. So let's put some gesso over that, a little bit thicker there. Okay, this is looking good. So my daughter was in that play with the big giant plant. What is that called? What is that called? Can somebody remind me what that play is? Anyhow, and so every time I hear the word Seymour, I think of that play. And even when I say, you know, I want to see more of that, I still think of Seymour from the play. Because that's the way my brain works. Okay, so you guys, what's the verdict? Did I make this worse or did I make it better? I don't know why there's like black showing up on it. But I think it's a little bit whiter than the original. Here's what the original looked like, and here's what this one. Yeah, it took kind of like the yellow out of it, didn't it? Can you guys see that? That's the original, and that's the new. So you can still see some grime, especially the grime that I added, but just like the yellowy edges are gone. It's more, yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay. So I can't see you guys yet. I'll take that down and then I'll be able to see you again. And I'm just going to put I'm going to have to clean the gesso off of that. First, let's dry this. Okay, what are you guys talking about? Audrey is the plant. Yes, it's Little Shop of Horrors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been watching you so long. I knew you were going to bust out the gesso. Let's see. Feed me, Seymour. Yeah, that's right. Little Shop of Horrors. That's right. All right, so I'm just going to dry this a little bit. How am I doing for time? 2:55. I have to be done at 3 o'clock. Well, I don't have to be done the layout, but I have to be done live streaming at 3:30. Gonna have some family time. We were at a friend's house last night for a barbecue. It was freezing outside, so we ended up staying inside, but still ate barbecued food. And yeah, it was really fun. Had a wee little bit too much to drink. I don't drink very often, so it doesn't take very much for me to have too much. But it was really fun. I haven't done, like, they have 2 kids that are the same ages and in the same grades as our kids, and our older daughters are best friends with each other. And our younger daughters are, you know, okay friends with each other. And they just kind of travel in different circles. But the 4 kids had a wonderful, like the 2 twos of kids. They don't play all together anymore. It's not cool for a junior high kid to play with an elementary kid. Anyhow, the kids had fun. The adults had fun. It was really, really, really nice. We need to do more of that. So I will clean that later. Let's take the manufacturer's strip off of this one. Yes, so Harmony's sending me a little beer emoji. Thank you for that. It was wine that we were drinking, so I woke up with a teensy bit of a headache, but I feel much better now. It just went away. My liver had to do its thing to get myself all detoxified. And now we're feeling better. Okay, let me see. I just got gesso on my trimmer, but I don't care. Yes, there you go. Red wine emoji. Oh dear. So it's not freezing where Lynette is. It's 95 degrees, which I guess is really hot. I don't do Fahrenheit, but I do remember it being hot. So that sounds like something I would love at this point. We've had some warm weather, but we've also had some cold weather, so... Okay, do you guys think this layout is going to come together in the next half an hour, or am I going to have to leave this in progress? Any votes? Any kind of bets out there? Do you have any issues with the Tombow tape runner and projects not sticking after a little while? I find my cards come apart when I use it. I don't, but I do find that it and almost any tape runner doesn't really stick very good to mixed media work, so I tend to try to use Tombow Mono Multi. I haven't had a hard time with the Tombow Mono tape runner or the ATG coming off, and I have been kind of watching for a while there. I was kind of keeping track of what tape runner I was using and then going back to my layouts and seeing how it held up, and I didn't notice any problems. Some things don't stick just because I'm not always good at making sure I stick things down. Like sometimes I'll put like a tiny little dot of it on and then I forget to put more. Is hot, yes, yes. What about you guys? Does anybody else have any trouble with this Tombow runner? This is a tape that I've come back to. Like I used to use it and then I stopped using it and now I'm back to using it again. I'm like that. I change it up when it comes to adhesive. Okay, so I'm trying to get all of the white off of my hands, just so that it doesn't kind of flake off of my skin and stick to. Mostly my photo is the thing I'm worried about it sticking to. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we're comparing how hot it is in different places. Very good, very good. Big steak, big glass, big night. We'll put that on at some point. And now, so this is what Tombow Mono, or this isn't Tombow Mono Multi, this is just Tombow Tape Runner, is not that good at, which is sticking paper to mixed media. But I'm going to try it anyways. You notice I put on a lot there, a lot more than usual. I almost kind of want this crescent to be offside here. Or maybe like that. Yeah, like that maybe. How's that, you guys? Is that good? Is it gonna stick? Yeah, I think it's gonna stick. I think we're good. All right. Now, that gesso's still a little bit wet, so I don't really, you know what, I'm just going to put some Tombow Mono Multi on here. And even a little bit of that will stick. Okie dokie. So you see, I'm not too worried about the fact that this is pretty, there's some black smears that somehow got on there. I don't care too much about that. It's already a distressed looking background, so we kind of want these lines to line up with those lines. Is that all right, you guys? Does it look good to you? It looks okay to me. Now, one thing that I like is when a sewed edge looks like it's sewed on and then pulled up. I don't really want to sew all the way around it again. I mean, that's one way to get that look. but I don't really want to. One way to get a sewed on look is to sew it on. Go figure. But another way is to glue really close to the stitching so that it sticks where the stitching is. Okay, adhesive rollers. Harmony has a question. It may be just me. Oh, right, something about it sticks to. Harmony, let's talk about that. What is it sticking to? I can't. Hang on. I can't do two things at once. This is like. Oh, I'm destined to be a horrible live streamer. I cannot do two things at once, and I'm terribly distractible. So remind me to come back to Harmony's thing. Is it an ATG that you're dealing with, Harmony, or is it something different? Elmer's. It's an orange one. Oh, I don't know that one. Has anybody else here tried the Elmer's one? I feel like I might have tried that at one point. I think were they selling that at Costco at one point, the Elmer's one? In like a multi-pack that had various things in it? It might have been faster to just pull out my sewing machine and sew this down. The good thing about Tombow is that it's pretty fast drying too, so it'll grip. It'll grip pretty quick. Okay, is that I think this might be my last little amount. Yeah, it's stuck there, so. Okay, come on. All right. Yes, so somebody here says, it's Laura, that her favorite has been the K one. Koyuko? I don't know how you say that one, but I know what you mean. Yes, so the liquid Tombow Mono is pretty awesome. I agree with Evie who said that. Oh, the ThermoWeb Mixed Media Liquid. I think ThermoWeb sent me some of that at one point. I don't know where it went. I lost a bunch of ThermoWeb stuff. I think I might, I don't know what happened to it. I don't even know if I got to try it. There, so now that looks like it's sewn onto the page. It's really kind of distressed around the edges. The background paper is really distressed. I like it. I like the texture that I got with that. And it's not so stark as, like you might think, well, gee, that was an awful lot of work for something that doesn't look all that different than this. But this was, first of all, it was flat, like texture-wise, it was flat. And also look at how blue that is. Like, it's just not very nice. It's flat and it has a bluish tone to it, whereas this kind of warms it up and kind of, yeah, I like it. I like it for those reasons. All right. Okay. Okay, so we're still talking about glue. You guys go ahead and share your experiences with glue with one another. So now I'm ready to start embellishing this. That's a nice place to be, I have to say. I have 25 minutes left, and all I have to do is embellish. Well, Really cool. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. I know I've got... I think I'd rather save that for an actual school. I'm just kind of putting that there more to remind myself of that than anything else. This little frog is so adorable. I really, really love her. Is it okay to put a frog here? I think there's a colored one too somewhere. Like, I could color that in myself, but not with 25 minutes left. Yeah, here's the... Oh, right. These cute little critters. There's this adorable little... He's so cute. And I love this snail with the eyelashes. You guys, why do these critters make me so happy? I love these. Okay. Glue sniffers unite. Oh my goodness. So what would you guys think? Would you be offended if you were on a layout with a frog on it for no reason? Frogs are so associated with, like, ugliness. It's just not fair, because I don't think frogs are ugly at all. I think they're really cute. I think snails are ugly, actually. So this, to me, this is like more offensive. But she's so cute with her little eyelashes. Yeah, I don't think Sophie's gonna really care, to be honest with you. And I adore this frog, and he needs to pop up. So let's get some pop dots. He's eating, right? So it fits with the restaurant theme. The frog. The frog is eating. He's catching a fly with his tongue. So I got these little teeny weeny Stampin' Up! Pop dots. I have to say, you guys, I don't really love them. They're harder to get the backing off. I can't see if that's overlapping or not. There we go. That's better. They stick... like the waxy backing sticks to the pop dot more in the smaller size than it does in the bigger size, so they're a little bit harder to use. I don't want it to look like that little leaf is coming out of his head. I might need to move that. It's pretty stuck now. Did I use Tombow on that? Just the tape runner. Okay, so if I put the frog like this, where could the leaf go so it doesn't look obnoxious? Maybe out like that? A little bit more. I feel like I could maybe put more leaves in here. We put that one there. I would love to be able to use this one because I think it's beautiful. Oh, I was going to use this one over there. Then there's this little one. I kind of like those two together like that. I don't know, that might be too overboard. It's nice though. Okay, it's too overboard. Stop it. You can save the frog for a card if you can't put it on a layout or a lake layout. Oh, a lake layout. That is a good idea. Snails are great. Okay, so Harmony likes snails. Okay. What am I doing here? I'm getting off track. Here we go. This is what I need with this. Yeah, I like that there. Can you guys even see this? I know I can't zoom in for you guys. I can zoom in for the process video though, just so that you can get a bit of a sense of how I'm layering these together. So I'm layering that with that, and then what I might do is actually put like a pop dot between them. Let's do that. Let's put a pop dot between them to emphasize the difference in the layers. Yeah, that's nice right there, and then that's there, and then let's kind of stick this like that. Yeah, so it looks more like the frog is in front of a whole bunch of leaves instead of it looking like a leaf is strangely coming out of his head. The frog is in front of a whole bunch of leaves. There we go. I quite like that. And then that. It's so cute. I'm going to put him down now. Alice would rather see snails in butter on her plate than in her garden. Oh yeah, they're pretty harmful in your garden, aren't they? We don't really get many snails around here. We get slugs. Ugh. They're like everything beautiful about snails. You just take that away, and then you're left with a slug. Ugh. I do not like slugs. But we collect our coffee grinds and put them in our garden, and it keeps the slugs away. Probably works for snails too, because aren't snails almost the same thing as a slug, but just with a shell? I don't know that for sure. That might be a fallacy about snails and slugs. Okay, this guy is adorable. I love you, little frog. You're so cute. All right, we've got some strange things going on this, like some strange shapes happening. Okay, let's just go with it and see how it looks when we're done. Big steak, big glass, big knight. I'm going to stick this on there first. Let's add the title with some of this. Hey, Carina's here. Yay! Hi, Carina. So glad that you could join us today. It's so nice to see so many familiar names, and I was going to say faces, but I'm not seeing your faces, but so many familiar people, and also some new people joining us today. So welcome. Of course, if you're coming in late, you can always check out the replay. It will be archived on my YouTube channel that, you know, only you guys will have the link to it, but you'll be able to see it after the fact. I was thinking at some point, once my posting schedule becomes more clear and I know exactly what it's going to be, I was thinking at some point of maybe releasing one of the live streams to the public, just to kind of show people this is this is what a live stream is like, and if you'd like to join Patreon, that's one of the benefits of joining Patreon. So at some point I might do that. I'll pick one of the ones that is like, well, maybe I'll have you guys vote on which one is your favorite of the live streams that we've done. Which one do you think would be the best kind of sample of what a live stream is like for us? Because sometimes they go, you know, over time they've sort of evolved into a thing, and sometimes they're typical and sometimes they're not. Big steak, big glass, big night. I like that. I feel like if there was stitching on these, it would be even better. I'm not sure I'm going to go back and add that though, but I think that would be a nice addition, would be some stitching maybe above each of those or below each of those. Yeah, that might be worth adding. 14-minute warning. Thank you, Evie. Thank you. Big glass, big steak, big night. Yep, could be. Yeah, I think it could work that way. Big steak, big glass, big night. Big glass, big steak, big night. I like the purple, pink, yellow. I know I just introduced green, but I don't care. He's a frog. He's going to be green. He's not going to coordinate with his surroundings. I like this. Do I need to do anything else? I don't know. I don't know if I do. Do I? I don't think so. Let me think. What else do I have here? No, I don't like that. I have some phrase stickers that I could use. I have some banners. I have that, oh yeah, I have those frames already on there. I was thinking about doing my journaling around the outside of this one, so maybe I'll get started on that right now. I'm just going to journal off the top of my head. So, this year, like last, we met Aunt Jen. Okay, I take this off. There we go. At Steak and Stein. How do you spell Stein? S-T-E-I-N. Before string night at the forum. Although Scott and Liv couldn't join us, it was nice to carry on the doesn't take much for us to call something a tradition. If we do it more than once, it's a tradition. So I want to say a few more things to get me almost back over to there. So let's see the flow of this. This year, like last, we met Aunt Jen at Steak and Stein before string night at the forum. Although Scott and Liv couldn't join us, it was nice to carry on the tradition. From there, we walked over, because we leave our car at Steak and Stein. One of the things is that it's easier to park at Steak and Stein than it is at the forum. So we left our car there. We walked, okay, so from there, we walked over to the forum. Just period. there were 1,152, I think they said. 1,152 strings students performing this year. Wow. And then just leave that gap there to show where it begins. Okay. I can't see. There's an emoji there that's green. What is it? Is it a frog? Oh, Kermit, my favorite. Okay. I missed some of what you guys were saying because I was writing. Don't forget what you were going to tell us about Chloe. Thank you. Thank you, Alice. Yes. So Chloe is doing much, much better. Her personality has completely changed. She is lovey-dovey and actually like curls up and sleeps with us and like hangs out with the other cats. I'm like getting pictures of all three of them together when usually Chloe is all by herself. It's just like amazing. Her paws still look quite dry and cracked, but she's not acting as though they're painful, so that is a good thing. And they're not cracked and like with those deep red cracks that look very sensitive. It's more of just kind of like a crusty, cracked, dry look. So yeah, we're just kind of going with it for now. She's being followed by the vet, and if it gets any worse, we might need to try some other kind of treatment, but they're kind of out of ideas for treatments because, yeah, anyhow, we're just going with it. She's good for now, so that's all we're worried about. Yeah. I mean, she's been like this ever since we got her. She's had these paws that were like that, and so we didn't even know how nice her personality could be when she was, you know, not stressed out from the pain. I like this page, you guys, and I like it without any sequins. So the good news is we won't be adding little. So my idea was to put like maybe 3 or 4 sequins here, 2 or 3 sequins here, kind of like pick them up every here and there as if they're kind of like on these orbits. But I think I'm just going to leave it. I feel like it's nice the way it is. Let's do a roller date stamp. What day was that? I think it was Thursday. Was that this Thursday? No, it must have been last Thursday. Let me see. May 17th. Okay. May 17th. I'm going to put the date right here. I'm going to use my narwhal. Oh no, this is Storm Cloud, not narwhal. I'm going to put it right there, and there, and there, and there. The day after your birthday, Harmony. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So what do you guys think of this one? I quite like it. When I look at it up there, what I'm noticing is that it's kind of like light and then dark and then light and then dark. Like we've got this kind of like layered look. I think it's balanced. The green here picks up on some of these greeny tones here, which I thought that this was the only green on the page, and I wasn't really even paying attention to the background. Of course, there is green on the page, so that and there's a little bit of green there too. So yeah, this is good. It's not as purple and yellowy as I was expecting it to be or planning it to be. As you guys might remember at the very beginning, I was talking about maybe doing this as a yellow and purple, but maybe I'll just save that color scheme for another time. All right. It's Frogtastic. There's another good title. I need to find some frogs and take some pictures of them now. Okay, so it is 3:25 and we are pretty much done. I think this one is done. Like I said, the only other thing that I might do is add those sequins. I'm just going to think on that, and if I do, I will I'll let you know, and you'll see them in the pictures. So thank you guys so much for joining me today for this live stream. It's a short one. I try to make it be like I like to have a little bit of extra time with you guys at the end where I'm done my layout and we can just chat about things, but I just don't have the time this time. It reminds you of a tree stump with the rings. That is true, Lynette. It totally does look like a ring, like a tree stump. That is cool. I didn't do that on purpose, but that's cool. That gives me an idea, though. That would make a good page. It was really fun scrapping with you guys today. I'm so glad that you guys were able to join me. Glad that I was able to get this page made about my cute daughter, and that cute frog is just very fitting. So thank you so much for coming along today. And somebody else is saying thank you and spending some time with us. Yes, thank you. I think we're going to go for a walk. So I'm going to head out right now and get my sneakers on and do some walking. So you guys take care and have a really great scrappy week. And this is the awkward part where it takes me 10 minutes to turn it off. Have a great scrappy week, you guys.